Hello, this is Todd Long, and today is July the 5th, 2011. I hope everyone had a wonderful July 4th weekend. I want to talk to you a little bit today about investing in real estate because I've recently had a conversation with several different property managers, and we manage probably about 300 to about 350 properties total around the Mooresville Lake Norman area combined. And it's been really interesting lately. I've been hearing more and more agents saying that they've been going out to show rental property, and then when they call to get an application placed, they've been told that the place has already been rented or there's already several applications on file for the property. So my question to these other property managers is, are we seeing a supply and demand issue, and therefore are we going to see a rent rate increase on the horizon? Because back in 2006, 2007, when we started to have the market peak and then the crash that came, I thought we were going to see rent rate increases at that point because we would have people coming, getting foreclosed on and needing a place to live, and therefore they would have to rent because they couldn't afford to buy. But we didn't see that. And primarily the reason we didn't see that is because there were a lot of individuals, instead of selling, they put their one property that they had to sell up for rent. And they were willing to take a little bit of a discount to the normal rate. So if a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house in Mooresville rented for $1,000 a month, they might rent it for $800 and take the loss of $200 a month. But I think what is happening is a lot of those people have now decided that the market isn't coming back today or tomorrow or this year enough that they will be able to sell and make a profit or even break even. And they're tired of losing $2,400 a year and also carrying cost and repair cost and everything else that goes along with owning rental properties. So I went back and looked at some statistics. And in 2007, for the first couple of months, March to July was actually what I looked at in 2007, the rent rate was about $1,077 on average for a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house in Mooresville. This year, March to July 1st, 2011, we are seeing a rent rate of $1,170, which is an increase of about $100 per month, which isn't a great increase considering inflation and other things that a landlord or property manager would have to be concerned about, or a owner of rental property. But we are seeing a net gain in the amount of rental properties that are on the market. And what I mean by that is the property managers I've talked to says that they've had 4 or 5 properties come off the market this year. They're not being rented anymore. And they've had 4 or 5 properties that have come into the market, new investors that have come into the market and putting properties with them for rent. That net gain isn't enough to make up for the number of renters that is coming into the market. People coming out of school for the first time, people that are getting foreclosed on or have to move into this area for a job but are not willing to buy a property yet. So we're going to start seeing a supply and demand issue, it seems. And I actually have a specific example. An investor of mine that has been buying properties for a couple of years just bought another 3 bedroom, 2 bath house in Mooresville, got it fixed up, ready for rent. And she said that everybody that's come through for the application process has pretty much been from out of town. New York, Florida, California, Texas were all places that she was getting inquiries from, which is interesting that we're having people move back into this area, but that's also going to put a supply and demand issue in effect for rental properties because most of these people are going to come here and rent before they purchase. So we have no net new inventory coming on the market, and primarily that's because the investor loans are still very hard to get. Most of them require 20% down. But if you are looking to invest, this is absolutely the best time to get into the market. And I know you may be saying, well, that's crazy. The real estate market is horrible right now. Well, remember back in 04, 05, 06 when it was so easy to get an investor loan and everybody was buying property like crazy. Well, a lot of people got hurt in those times because it was the best time in history to buy property. And now that it is not the best time in history to buy property, or so the media tells us, it is absolutely the best time for an investor to be getting into this game, because there are people looking for places to rent, and we are going to have an increase in rent rate because there are not going to be enough rental properties available in this market. So if you have any questions about the landlording or the property management process or investing in real estate, I'd be happy to help you with that. And you can contact me at 704-902-4700. Send me a text message there, or you can send me an email to toddlong, TODDLONG, at homeadvantagepartners.com. Have a great day.